Hello and howdy there, folks. It's been a while. I haven't seen a movie in a few weeks, and finally got back to the theater after my vacation. Wished I'd seen something more exciting. I wanted to see it just because I'm a big fan of Melissa McCarthy. I think she's amazing. But I saw The Heat, and it's okay, whatever. That's like the best I could do, really, is whatever. I think a 6 is fine. I think it's deserving of a 6. It's basically every buddy cop movie that you've ever seen. And just this time it's with women, and they try and amp up the vulgarity a little bit more, just to say, hey, these aren't, or to say, hey, these are ladies, and they're talking like men. Something like that. It just kind of got old for me pretty quick. I mean, I had mentally checked out about halfway through. It's funny, and it's only funny because of Melissa McCarthy's, I guess, improbability, or to make just, any mundane thing seem hilarious. I love her. I love her. I think she's fantastic. She just makes me laugh, and I have no idea why I'm laughing. She's big into repetition, so I don't know if it's part of that, how she just repeats things, and just all of a sudden it's funny for me. The movie was directed by Paul Feig, who did Bridesmaids. This is his follow-up to Bridesmaids. It's certainly not that movie. It's certainly not that movie. I couldn't tell you who wrote it. I think there was a couple writers. Also stars Sandra Bullock. Let's see, one of the Wayans brothers, is it Marlon Wayans, is in there for basically no reason. Who else? Oh, Tom Wilson. He's Biff from Back to the Future. Yeah, I haven't seen him in forever, so it was good to see him. He's also in there as window dressing. Basically, everyone in the movie is kind of in there for window dressing, and to give someone for Melissa McCarthy to yell at and to deride and mock. All of the humor is pretty mean spirited. It's I guess it's supposed to be gritty, in a way. I don't know what else to say about the film other than I was underwhelmed. It maybe a victim of high expectations. I wanted this to be funny. I don't see every Melissa McCarthy movie. Not that there's been a ton, but I didn't see Identity Thief just because I heard it was terrible. But it has a chance of being funnier, at least. It was funny. But again, it just comes from Melissa McCarthy's just one-offs. Things said under her breath almost are hilarious. And that's pretty much the only source of humor for the film. The plot itself, it's about, again, it's every buddy cop movie you've seen. Two polar opposite police officers or law enforcement officers. Sandra Bullock's an FBI agent, high-ranking, on her way up the ladder. Kiss-ass, very tight-laced. Melissa McCarthy is a high-ranking detective, decorated detective in Boston. She's, looks like a street person. Looks like a street person. nitty gritty, hardcore, what have you. So you put those two, people together to make an odd couple, and try and get them to solve a problem. The bad guy or the ring is certainly, I'm trying to even remember what they were doing, what the bad guy's plot even was. What were they just doing? Selling drugs? See, I can't even, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to think of of what the bad guys were so bad for, and boy, I can't remember. I guess they were just drug runners, just regular old bad guys. Certainly forgettable, obviously. I can't remember pretty much anything about them. I guess it was, violent, from here and there. Wasn't very well shot. I guess it kind of fit with the film. It was, again, very dull looking, very gritty. So I suppose to keeping with that, you're on the street kind of theme. I mean, everything was just okay. It was just okay. It was absolutely nothing new, but it wasn't terrible. I mean, it was well directed, was well paced, I guess. There's just nothing there in terms of story. It just very unoriginal. Again, I had just checked out. I was just like, well, okay, this is nothing new, and I had kind of mentally left, and I was just kind of waiting for Melissa McCarthy to say something, and it just became that. It was just like I didn't care anymore. I was just waiting for her to talk, and to make me laugh. And she does, she does make you laugh throughout because she's very talented. I'd say all the acting is fine. I mean, again, when you have a story like this, it's just you've got to try and make something of it. And I thought the acting was fine. It certainly requires no heavy lifting. I got the impression that Melissa McCarthy was just kind of treading water, as fast as she could, and that's kind of where that vulgarity comes from. I mean, I'm a fan of the word "fuck" as much as the next guy, but and it is a funny word, but if you just keep on hearing it and hearing it and hearing it, it kind of loses its punch. And definitely by the, end of the film, they just have said the word fuck so many times and inserted it in every way possible that it's just it's removed its sense of, humor. The first half of the film is you get a lot of laughs out of the word fuck, but by the end it's just all right, okay, we get it. Yes, fuck. I really can't think of much else to say. Again, it was just kind of underwhelming and okay, fine. So hopefully that tells you, something without me being eloquent, just because it was just well, all right, whatever. So there you go. I think that suits. I haven't recorded a review in a while, so I feel out of practice and don't really know what else to say. But really, there's not much else to say about this film. So, okay. That's the new film from Paul Feig. It's The Heat, and I give it a solid 6. Thank you very much.